Welcome back to another episode of my Georgia Dynasty as we have made it to the final four teams here, the semifinal round, and we will be taking on Utah as Michigan and Ohio State will play each other for the third time this season on the other side of the bracket. But we're more worried about our matchup against Utah. Um, Utah has had a great season. They have made a nice push to get to this spot. I think it's a very talented, obviously well coached team. We'll take a look at how they got there and we will go over their roster and we will hop into the game. Week one, they took down the FCS West Royals. Shout out to Bengal. They then took out Baylor 34-31. They lost to Utah State in one of the bigger upsets of the season. Took down Oklahoma State. They beat Arizona. Their bye week, they got out of Arizona State with a close win there on the road. Beat TCU by 1 point. Got beat by Houston on the road. Then after their bye week, they beat BYU. Got upset by Colorado. They beat Iowa State in a close game, beat UCF in a close game, but then luckily beat Kansas State in back-to-back games, including their conference championship round. Beat them by 12 there, and then beat them by 3 in the bowl game. And yeah, they are now playing against us, but they are down a couple of really critical players. Cam Rising returned for them as a 6-year senior to play quarterback, and he unfortunately did get hurt again. Um, he is out for the season with a broken tailbone. So their quarterback currently is Jay Tagaloa, uh, and Tagaloa has been the quarterback here now for a couple of weeks. Both the Kansas State games and late in that UCF win. But he's been pretty solid. I mean, 7 touchdowns against 2 picks in these 2 games against Kansas State. It's his only 2 outings of the season, but Cam Rising definitely hurts them not having him. Definitely a feather in the cap for Georgia. They have Micah Bernard here at running back, Jalen Glover behind him. Anthony Woods there is their top 3. A wide receiver, they have Dorian Singer, who was originally at Arizona, transferred to USC, and now is finishing up his career at Utah. Good player, good speed, not overly bulky, but has pretty decent height anyway. Got Damian Alford behind him, Money Parks, Manure McLean, and Luca Caldarella is their top wide receivers. At tight end, they have Brant Kuth, one of the better tight ends in college football, Carson Ryan and Landon King. Behind him, a good trio of tight ends. They have a ton on the roster. Pretty solid offensive line. They have Kella Lemieux at left guard. They are down to Gaia here, so they will be starting Salota Morea, no R in there. So Moea, I believe is how you say that. Jaron Kump at center. At right guard, they have Matthew Cornelius, and at right tackle, they have Spencer Fano. So a solid offensive line, not spectacular, not as good as Notre Dame's last week, but a pretty good one. Left end here, we'll start on the defense with Van Fillinger, good player there. Logan Fano, probably related to Spencer Fano, if I had to guess, since they're both from Spanish Fork, Utah. Matthew Latu is the third left end and right end. They have Connor O'Toole and Richard Tossie. O'Toole, very, very good speed rusher there, good athlete with some pretty decent pass rush moves. I mean, a pretty good finesse move. Tossie has a very, very good finesse move. Defensive tackle, they have Junior Tafuna and Keanu Tanavasa and Aliki Vamihi. Vamihi. Left outside linebacker, they have Kareem Reed, really good athlete, high overall, an impact player for them. I mean, a 97 play record is outstanding, really good tackler, very, very good power move for a guy that's a pass coverage guy. And he's good in man and zone. Middle linebacker, they have Lander Barton, behind him. They have Lavani Damuni and Joe Teniuli behind him. Right outside linebacker, they have Sionu Fatu. And at cornerback here, the number one guy, impact player, really good corner, is Zamaya Vaughn. They're without Keenan Johnson, who is out for the season with a torn pec. So down another one of their best players. Smith Snowden will take his spot as the number 2 corner. Hassan Franks and Kenroy Ballantyne will help back up Vaughn. You have Tal Johnson, Alakai Gilman here at free safety. Nate Ritchie at strong safety with Jonathan Hill. And they have pretty decent punters and kickers. The loss of Cam Rising definitely, to me, affects their upside, especially in a game where Georgia is, in my opinion, clearly more talented. But Utah has played tough. They're finishing strong on the season. And we'll see if they can take down Georgia. Let's see what kind of uniform combos they have. Ooh, I do like. We'll give them the throwback look there, and we will have Georgia just rock with the red. And we'll get this game started. Semifinal matchup between the Big 12 champ Utah Utes and the ACC champion Georgia Bulldogs here. This is in Miami, Florida, Hard Rock Stadium in the Orange Bowl. Going to be hard to tell who has more fans as they're mostly all wearing red, but we see the Dogs come out first. See Harry Dog there. Michael Williams, been a superstar this season, and now we see the Utah Utes led out by Tagaloa. Their starting quarterback, his third ever start, I'm pretty sure. May have played for them last year, some in the 2023 season with Cam Rising's injury, but I'm not entirely familiar with that. But yeah, huge matchup, obviously playing for a chance to make the college football championship. Georgia wins, it'll be an opportunity for their third national title in 4 seasons. It would give Utah their chance at their first ever national title. And the opening kickoff there goes to Dejon Stanley, and he will kneel it down. And we are getting things going. Utah with their new starting quarterback. And to begin, it's a 3 wide receiver set. Micah Bernard in the backfield. They put Booth in motion, and it is a read option look. And they try to get Tagaloa started there, wearing the number 0. Try to get him going. Try to get him into the game with a little read option look there. 2 tight end set this time. It is a run to Bernard. Gets a good carry up. Tackled finally by Damon Wilson there. 2 tight end look. Going to see a lot of different formations here for this Utah team, but it's definitely going to attempt to be very physical with Georgia. This is another run to Bernard. He's met by Small Mondin, and then Damon Wilson going to make it a 3rd and 1 now. Georgia trying to get off the field. And this is a run to Bernard. He gets just enough for the first down. As it looks like the issue I had in the last video of the score bug at the bottom going away has been fixed for this game. Essentially playing it just a couple of hours later. Nazir Stackhouse on the tackler. Bernard there gets back to the line of scrimmage. Another 2 tight end, 2 wide receiver set. Empty field completely to the left side. This is another run to Bernard. He is brought down by Small Mondin. Already 5 carries for Bernard early in this one. Tagaloa comes out in a shotgun set, 3rd and 8. And it is a read option. Tagaloa run down by Kristen Miller and Warren Brinson. And Utah is going to have to punt to end their first possession of the game. The punt from Baumeister is up and it goes out of bounds. Georgia will start off at their own 22. We'll take a look at this Georgia offense. Carson Beck has had an outstanding season, broken all kind of Georgia records with two 1,000-yard receivers in Oscar Delp and Dominique Lovett. The second and third 1,000-yard receivers in the history of this program, as the first pass of the game goes to Dom Lovett. Gets a gain of 6 there. Georgia really struggled to run the football in the last round against Notre Dame. Maybe have a better matchup here against the Utes. This is a carry to ETN. First touch of the day. ETN runs it straight up the middle. Nice first down carry. ETN, one running back of the year with a spectacular junior campaign. Looking to get back going again after a less than stellar week last week, though he had a huge day through the air. 3 wide receiver look for Beck. Gets that out to Delp. Utah in great position. Just a gain of 1 on that play. Now come up with a trio of wide receivers to the right. Beck sends Dylan Bell in motion. Beck takes the snap. He's going to get that to Dylan Bell. Dylan Bell able to catch it in stride and gets up the field. Gets good blocking from Anthony Evans, and that will be a first down for the junior wide receiver. It's a 3 wide receiver set. Oscar Delp in the slot. ETN gets sent in motion, and it's that patented tight end screen. It was read well by the defense. It's a short pickup there for Oscar Delp. For the first time in this one, Georgia goes under center, a 2 tight end set, 2nd and 6. And it's a carry to ETN, who's able to use his speed to bounce to the outside, spins away from a couple of defenders, gets inside the 25 of Utah. 2 carries, 2 pretty good runs for ETN. We see Roderick Robinson come out now and a bunch set out of the shotgun. Roderick, first snap of the game for him, and he gets the carry. Takes that for a gain of 4, almost 5. ETN now comes back out. It's a 3 wide receiver look. Beck takes the snap. It's a handoff inside to ETN, who takes that for a gain of 3. Makes it a 3rd and 3. See how Georgia decides to attack this down. Beck takes the snap. He's going to try to get that one. Tried to shoot that over to Delp in the corner of the end zone, but he is hit right as he goes to throw it. And Georgia, Peyton Woodring is able to put the Dogs up top 3-0. A pretty solid first drive, but does not end in a touchdown as Utah knuckles up whenever Georgia got deep into their side of the field. And that kickoff is away, and it is touched back. So heavy use of Bernard on the first drive for Utah. We'll see if that continues here. A 3 wide receiver set. Kuthin at tight end. And it is another read option look. And that's a fumble. Georgia's going to recover it. Julian Humphrey punched the ball out from Tagaloa. Warren Brinson on the recovery. Georgia in scoring position quickly. 3 wide receiver set. Dominique Lovett in motion. Lovett gets the little jet pass, just a gain of 2 there on that play. Georgia comes out again in this 3 wide receiver look. Beck takes the snap. He's going to get that out to Lovett. Lovett able to catch it, just a gain of 3 there. Makes it a 3rd and 5. Throwing the ball all the way across the field. Didn't exactly give them the setup that they were looking for there. Is Beck, 3 wide receiver set. Takes the snap. He's going to try to get that one out quick, and it is dropped. There's a flag on the play, though. An eligible receiver down the field on that. See if they decline. They do decline it. Georgia now with a chance to kick another field goal here. Peyton Woodring shanks that kick badly to the left. And Utah is able to get a defensive stand there. Score remains at 3-0. Tagaloa gets a second chance at life here. Kuth in motion. It's a play action pass. They try to take the shot deep, and it is picked off by Aguero. 2 straight offensive plays for the Utes end up as turnovers. Aguero down the field gets the interception. We see Georgia come out in this 2 tight end bunch set. Roderick Robinson back out on the field. Roderick Robinson gets the carry, tries to get up the field, only gets back to the line of scrimmage. Georgia comes out in that same formation. Beck takes the snap. He's going to dump that. Oscar Delp is wide open as Utah decides to send the blitz, and it does not work. Delp with a huge play there. Let's see what Georgia decides to do here. That is the end of the first quarter. Georgia up 3-0. Utah already with 2 turnovers. Georgia with a missed field goal, some sloppy play early on from both teams. Beck, 3 wide receivers to his left. He's going to get that ball, and it's picked off. Outstanding play from Zamiah Vaughn. Jumped the wide receiver screen. Excellent read by him. Let's take a look at the replay here. I thought that was going to be an easy completion for Beck, but an outstanding play from Vaughn as he is able to get past Dominique Lovett for the interception. Utah still down 3-0, but a 2 tight end bunch set. And it is a carry to Bernard, who was brought down by Small-Mondin. 2nd and 8, some sloppy play from both teams early on in this one. That'll be a false start on Carson Ryan. Going to back Utah up there after the short gain on first down. It's now a 2nd and 13. Tagaloa comes out under center. Bernard behind him. They put Kuth in motion. And it is a carry to Bernard, who is tackled by Raylan Wilson before a host of Bulldogs helps him bring him down. Makes it a 3rd and 11. And it is just going to be a run as they don't trust Tagaloa there. Utah will have to punt. Kick is up and away. Anthony Evans has some room to maneuver here. Anthony Evans able to squeeze through, slides it past the 25 to the 26. All right, let's see. Carson Beck did have 2 interceptions in the last game. He's been largely clean over the second half of the season, but now 3 interceptions in the playoffs so far as he dumps that one to Yursek. Yursek catches it, breaks 2 tackles. It's a gain of 9 on that play. They now head back to the shotgun, a 3 wide receiver set. Beck with a handoff to Etienne. Etienne able to get up the field for a first down there. Got a trio set here, bunched up to Beck's right. Beck takes the snap. He's going to try to get that one to Dominic Lovett, who does catch it for another short gain. Have not been able to get Lovett loose so far in this one. come out with a bunch trio set of wide receivers to the right, Delp to the left. That's going to be a quick pass out to Delp, but it's a badly thrown ball there for Carson Beck. Beck takes the snap. He's going to get that Dominic Lovett underneath. Dominic Lovett able to make a couple of defenders miss. Gets it across Utah's 40. That play is good for a first down. Georgia now comes out with two tight ends under center. ETN takes the carry. Gets some good blocking up front. Finds a hole. A gain of 7 there. Georgia sticks with a two tight end set. Roderick Robinson again in the backfield. And it is a carry for Roderick. Gains 2. These are two teams that like to fashion themselves for their physicality. Utah just as physical as Georgia is and has been for a while now. Georgia comes out with a lot of tight ends. Roderick Robinson takes the carry, and he is stopped in the backfield. Lander Barton is going to force another field goal attempt here for the Georgia Bulldogs. Peyton Woodring's kick is up, and this one is true down the middle. Georgia extends their lead just 6-0. Utah's defense is keeping them in the game as the offense is off to a dreadful start so far in this one. Stanley unable to find any room. He is tackled down at the 14. Two tight end set. This is going to be a stretch play out to Bernard, who is wrapped up by Janel Aguero in the backfield. Georgia able to provide the speed and physicality to shut down that run. A 3 wide receiver set. It's another carry to Bernard, but Warren Brinson was unblockable on that play. It is now a 3rd and 16. Do they allow Tagaloa to throw the football here? They do not. It's another draw. It's Mondin tackles down Bernard, who is 26 yards on 11 carries already here in this first half. Baumeister's punt is away, taken by Anthony Evans. Evans has got the speed, trying to get to the edge. He breaks that tackle, breaks another one, keeps breaking tackles. He gets it inside Utah's 40-yard line. Beck, 3 wide set. Delp also in the slot. He takes the snap. That's going to be caught by Lovett. Lovett got some green grass, tries to get outside, but is run down. Good play there from Beck to Lovett, who's been very heavily involved so far in this game. Honing in on 100 receptions on the season. That ball finally gets out to ETN, who gets excellent blocking one-on-one. He's not going to be tackled. ETN takes that one in for a touchdown. The running back of the year is continuing to put an exclamation point on his junior season. Georgia looking to go up 13-0. Woodring's kick is up, and it is good. Thorson looking to kick this one away. Kicks it deep. Stanley decides to take it out, and he should not have, as he is tackled down quickly by Aguero on the kickoff team there. 2 tight end set. Tagaloa. Eventually they're going to have to throw the football, because there has just been no running room for Michael Bernard. Barely averaging over 2 yards a carry here. 3 wide set. Kuth in the slot. Tagaloa tries to spray this one out, and it is knocked away by Ellis Robinson. 3rd and 9. Tagaloa does scramble up this time, takes a lick, but does get the first down. Utah hurries it up. 3 wide set, Kuth in the slot. Tagaloa takes the snap out of the shotgun, dumps it off underneath. That is number 13, Damian Alford. Does take a lick from Mondon. Tagaloa tries to get out wide. He does scramble for a first down. Utah not taking their timeouts. Utah continues to hurry it up and tries to dump that out to Alford. Alford able to beat the speed from Ellis Robinson and gets outside and gets a big first down gain there. As he tries to dump that one over the middle, but it's intercepted. Smile Mondon. On the interception, Christian Miller on the play. Let's see if Georgia can score again here before the half. They have a minute left on the clock. Beck, 3 wide set, takes the snap and tries to get that ball out to Delta, gets hit right as he releases it. Christian Miller dealing with an abdominal strain. Beck, empty backfield. Takes the snap. He's going to dump this off to London Humphreys. Humphreys able to fall forward for a first down there. Beck in that empty backfield again. He's going to get this out to Lovett. Lovett gets pushed out of bounds, but it's a gain of 7. Already his 7th catch of the game. Three wide set, Delp in the slot. Beck takes the snap, dump that over to Lovett. Lovett able to get inside the 10. Georgia's going to call a timeout here. Georgia with plenty of time to work with and multiple timeouts. 1st and goal at the 9. Beck sends ETN in motion. Gets that to ETN in space. ETN jukes the first guy out, and ETN scores for the 2nd time today. Georgia makes a statement to end the first half here. Up 19-0 right now. Utah has not shown the ability to do anything on offense. Trevor ETN gets the swing pass and gets the blocking, and he's about untackleable. In the open field in a one-on-one situation, makes the safety miss and takes it in. Woodring's kick is good, and it is a 20-0 Georgia lead. Thorson's kick is away. Stanley brings it out again, and he again should not have. They will start off with the ball at their own 16-yard line. Tagaloa gets it out to McLean for a short gain there. This will likely be the last play if they get the snap off here of this first half. He tries to get that ball out, and he does. It is completed. But Georgia, with an emphatic 20-0 lead, headed into halftime. They scored 17 points in that 2nd quarter. Even despite a missed field goal from Woodring and an interception from Beck on really what was more of just a nice play by Vaughn. Utah has just been able to do nothing, and so Georgia finally starting to get into some rhythm here. ETN with 2 touchdowns through the air, making Beck look good. Oscar Delps had a nice first half as well. Georgia is going to start off with the ball to start the second half. Anthony Evans in the end zone takes the kick. Is unable to do anything with it. Probably should have kneeled that one down as well. Georgia will now start off with the ball to start the second half in a bunch set. Under center, Beck takes the snap. It goes to ETN with a lot of room around the side. ETN gets it past the 35. His 6 carries have gone for 64 yards in this one. 3 wide receiver set. It's a handoff again to ETN. This time he does get brought down. A big number 57, Keanu Tanavusa. Really the first time all day that he's been slowed down much in the backfield. 3 wide set. Delp goes in motion across the formation as they almost pick that ball off again. They're trying to set up these RPOs that have worked so well for them, but they are just not getting the blocks that they need to on the outside. It's Georgia now a 3rd and 11. Beck sends Bell in motion. Bell goes back out. He gets the pass. He gets tackled immediately. Dreadful set of downs there for Georgia. Storson kicks it away for the punt. Stanley calls the fair catch. Utah gets a stop. Can they get any offense going? A bunch set here. As it is going to be a carry. Tagovailoa gets smoked by Raylan Wilson. Tagovailoa comes out again in the 2 tight end set here, bunched up. It's another carry to Bernard, and it's another carry where Bernard gains nothing. 3rd and 10. Utah's got to be more aggressive on offense. You got to give your quarterback a chance to win this game because they're not going to be able to run the ball with any consistency. I mean, I think that's proven as he gets sacked by Warren Brinson and Michael Williams on the play. Tagovailoa and this offense have just been dreadful so far in this game. As the punt is away, Anthony Evans is going to call a fair catch. Georgia has certainly had their ups and downs so far in this game. They've had way more ups than Utah has as Beck takes the snap. He's going to dump this yet again over to Dominique Lovett. Lovett breaks the first tackle. It's an easy first down there. Beck in this passing game have not been spectacular. The run game has been largely very solid. It was not again on that play. As Tanavusa is able to get the stop. For the most part, this is not, I mean, Utah's defense is playing pretty well in this one. Beck takes the snap. He's going to try to loft that one to Dylan Bell. Dylan Bell catches it and is tackled inside the 5. Finally got the downfield look they were looking for. Bell able to beat his man off the line. And Beck gets the time he needs, and he drops that one in a bucket. As Hassan Franks was not able to slow down Dylan Bell on that play. Three wide receiver look. Branson Robinson in the backfield with Beck. Branson gets the carry, gets up the field and falls into the end zone. It is now a 26-0 lead for Georgia, looking to make it 27-0. Utah's offense has just really let this defense down. The defense is held strong for large portions of this game, but finally starting to wear down. This kick is brought out again, and again, it probably should not have, as Utah will start off at their own 17. Tagaloa is put up or shut up time for this Utah offense, as it is going to be an RPO. Do get that one out to Alford, who gets a gain of 8 there. Very, very slow developing play, but it does work. I mean, Tagaloa has only thrown the ball 8 times, and they are down 27-0. Sends Kuth in motion. It's another read option look brought down by Aguero there in the back. Three wide set, Kuth in at tight end, Bernard. It's another read option, and Warren Brinson puts an end to that one. 2nd and 13. Two tight end look here for Utah. It's a carry to Bernard, who gets wrapped up by Raylan Wilson. It's a 3rd and 14 now. Utah just doing themselves no favors. They're running the ball entirely too much in this one, but it is part of the identity. Tagaloa tries to scramble, does get some nice yardage, but it's a 4th and 13, and Utah's going to have to punt it away again. Anthony Evans back to receive the kick. We'll call for the fair catch. Georgia back out on offense. Beck hands it off to Etienne. Etienne trying to find a little green grass. Gain of 3 there. It's now a 3 wide receiver look. Etienne in the backfield. It is a carry to Etienne. Just a gain of 3 there. Makes it a 3rd and 4. Georgia trying to run a little bit of this clock out and get to the national championship game for the 3rd time in 4 years. Beck, an empty set, takes the snap. That's going to go to Dom Lovett, who makes sure he gets to grab his 10th of the day. 1st down, Georgia. Beck, 3 wide set, sends Etienne in motion. Beck is going to be sacked on that play. Let's see what Georgia decides to do here. Again, it is a 2nd and 12. Beck sends Etienne in motion again. Tries to lob this one up. It is knocked away. Georgia will now take a snap for the final play of the 3rd quarter. It's a 3rd and 12. Beck into empty, takes the snap. He's going to get this from Anthony Evans. Anthony Evans uses his speed. Anthony Evans able to gain the 1st down there. He is so electric with the ball in his hands. What a way to end the 3rd quarter there. As you see, not really been a whole lot of offense for Georgia as far from a yardage perspective. But they are holding their end of the bargain, at least right now. It's a 3 wide receiver set. Delp in the slot. Beck sends a man in motion. This time they are going to complete the screen pass to Dylan Bell, who gets a nice block. takes that one for a first down.
Ready, set.
Three wide set. Beck takes the snap. He's going to dump this one off again to Lovett. He gets decleated there by Nate Ritchie. They keep feeding Georgia this underneath stuff. Made it a big day for Lovett. Three wide set. ETN back in motion, and they draw up the tight end screen, but Beck is unable to complete the pass. Now a 3rd and 7. Georgia has really tried to put this game away. Beck in the empty, takes the snap. He's going to dump that to Delp, who makes a hell of a catch through traffic for the first down. Again, the 3 wide set for Georgia. Beck takes the snap. He's going to dump this to Anthony Evans. Anthony Evans able to make a nice little play. Gets up the field. Georgia looking to put their exclamation point on this game. Just a carry to ETN. Gets up the field a little bit there. Falls forward for a gain of 2. Utah has definitely done a better job of stopping this rushing attack here in the second half. Beck calls an audible, takes the snap. He's going to try to loft this to Dominic Lovett. The ball is knocked away. Beck again comes out here in the bunch. Georgia up 27-0. They are just going to hand it off to Roderick Robinson, who breaks a tackle and gets into the end zone. On a 3rd and 8, Georgia decides just to run it. And it goes for a touchdown. Roderick Robinson. Georgia has pulled away from Utah. This has been a burial as Wolverine's kick is up and it is good. Just less than 8 minutes left on the clock. Thorson kicks it away. The injury to Cam Rising had not affected Utah much heading into this one, but it has definitely affected their day-to-day. Tagaloa, they haven't let him throw the football a whole lot. He's been okay as he does get this pass out to Singer. Singer's first catch of the day gets brought down by Julian Humphrey. But way too many runs, too many read options. Just has not worked out at all. This is a pass out in the flat to Kuth, and he is going to break the tackle of Aguero. It is then brought down. It's just a gain of 1. Utah obviously thought they were going to come into this game and be able to run the football. They have not been able to. That completion goes to Dorian Singer for another first down. And it really, it changed the entire game. When your entire focus was trying to run the ball with Bernard, and get Tagaloa kind of going in the read option game. It's all well and dandy if it works, but it has not. As you see what happens when they just allow him to throw the football. He's making plays. That one, a pass completed to Money Parks, but at this point the game is over. As he does find Kuth there in the soft zone, and Kuth fumbles. Aguero picks it up. Georgia gets their 4th turnover of the game. Now Georgia is definitely going to try to just run out the clock. It's a carry to ETN. He gets eaten up by Tanavasa. Now just under the 5-minute mark. Beck hands it off to ETN. ETN gets up the middle and gets a first down run there. Really good blocking. 13 carries, 82 yards. Georgia definitely just in a slow grind here to put this game away. Roderick Robinson on the carry, gets up the field, does a nice job there. Gain of 9. Georgia's offense definitely in good hands if they do lose ETN after this season. As Roderick and Branson Robinson have been very good with a couple of stellar running backs coming in. This is a carry to Branson. Branson cuts it back inside, gets a first down run. The second carry of the day, Georgia trying to put this game just completely on ice in this drive. That's another handoff for Branson. Branson gets speared but does fall forward there for a gain of 2. This will likely be the last play for the 2-minute warning. Beck in a 3 wide receiver set with ETN. It's a handoff to ETN, who just gets up the middle and gets knocked over. That will take us to the 2-minute warning. Georgia up big. An unfortunate ending to the season, certainly for Utah. You know, the loss of Cam Rising certainly affects what they can do a lot. I thought the defense played overly well for the Utes, but it's they've had no help from the offense as Branson takes the carry there. Georgia just going to attempt a long field goal, at least as of right now. Going to let the clock run down a little bit. That kick is going to be shanked way off to the right on Woodring. I sincerely hope I don't get to where I have to kick a field goal to win the game from more than like 25 yards out. Tagaloa in the backfield gets that pass over to Alford for a gain of 5. Just a little over a minute left in this one. I mean, I really can't kick field goals. I need to just go to I need to go to practice mode and just take practice there. Christian Miller gets a sack on Tagaloa. Georgia heading to the national championship game. Bernard, hell of a throw there to Alford. Not Bernard, excuse me. Tagaloa with a hell of a throw there. Got a bunch set to the left here. Utah trying to get out of this one with some points and some dignity, but it's picked off by Small Mondin. With a nice play from the senior linebacker. And Georgia is just going to kneel this one out. A 34-0 win. Beck will have to take another knee. But Utah just had no answers offensively. Georgia's offense was good, not great, but it was plenty good enough to get a win here. Georgia 34-0, and they are making another national championship game appearance. Congrats to Utah on a heck of a season. Obviously a less than stellar finish there as Coach Will Brown is going for his first national title. Trevor Etienne, the player of the game. Both those touchdowns were in the receiving game. Very good game overall for him. I just eyeballing it, probably 140, 150 yards of total offense. See the nice pass there to Dylan Bell there on that deep shot. There's Etienne's first score. See if they show us his second one. They do not, but Georgia celebrating an Orange Bowl victory. Still one more game to play in this 2024 season. Who will it be against? Oop, I did not look at the stats. I apologize. Okay, let me kind of rush that for whatever reason. Sorry. As you see, we are playoff game winners. And I will, again, sorry about that. Let me pull up the stats right here. As we had Beck went 25 of 34, 288 yards, 2 scores, did throw the interception. Just a really nice play from Vaughn on that. In the running game, 14 for 84 for ETN, 6 for 27 for Roderick Robinson with a score. Branson, 4 for 15 with a score. Lovett, 11 catches, 96 yards. Dylan Bell, 4 for 68. Oscar Delp, 4 for 43. Anthony Evans, 2 for 30. ETN, 2 for 30 with 2 tutties through the air. London Humphreys, 1 for 12. And Uraseg, 1 for 9. Defensively, led by Aguero with 8 tackles and an interception. Mondo with 8 tackles and 2 picks. Rayleigh Wilson, 7 with a tackle for loss. And Warren Brinson had 4 tackles for loss to lead the way there. Kristen Miller, 2 tackles for loss as well. Brinson and Miller each with sacks. We'll now take a look at Utah. 12 for 16 for Tagaloa, 123 yards, 3 interceptions, no touchdowns. Obviously, they were shut out. Bernard, 14 carries, 26 yards. Tagaloa did have 23 yards on 11 rushes and a fumble. Alford, 5 for 51. Parks, 2 for 33. Singer, 2 for 23. Kuth, 2 for 10. And McLean, 1 for 6. Defensively, we had Tal Johnson led the way with 11 tackles. Tanavusa had a good day, 8 tackles and 3 tackles for loss. Reed with 8 tackles. Tackles for loss, it was Tanavusa, Barton, Franks, Billinger, Tafuna, and O'Toole. And the interception of the day goes to Vaughn. Just a really, really excellent play for him. And O'Toole also had a sack. So, yeah, we will take a look and see who Georgia is playing for the national championship. And again, it is between Ohio State and Michigan. I think it's going to be Ohio State. I was wrong on my prediction last time. Oh, come on. And it is, oh my Lord, they're teasing me. Warren Brinson, SEC Player of the Week. Warren Brinson, National Defensive Player of the Week. ETN, Offensive Player of the Week. And it is Ohio State for the national championship game. The 2 top teams heading into the season, it does end up that way. And let's take a look and just, actually, we'll just do it this way. See if I can do that. So 38-20, Ohio State over Michigan. They played 3 games. Ohio State won 2 of them. All of the wins have been by double digits in that series for this year. We'll take a look and see. Will Howard, really nice, efficient day. Through the air, not really a whole lot going on the ground. Let's see, did Michigan just have some turnover problems? They turned it over 3 times, and that set Ohio State up. They were up big in the first half. Michigan had no chance at coming back. But yeah, I mean, this is an extremely talented team. Certainly looking forward to that matchup. We'll just kind of go through our season stats right quick. I did have a commenter asking to see it, so I'll kind of roll through these at the end of every episode. But we have 1 game left in this season. As Beck closing in on 50 touchdown passes and 5,000 yards if he can get 2 scores in that game. Does have 14 interceptions on the season, but majority of them have been my fault. ETN, 1,400 yards and 11 scores on the ground. Both the Robinson guys are over 400 with 8 touchdowns apiece. Receiving Lovett, over 100 receptions on the season. And is just, with every game is kind of setting the benchmark for what for the school record for receiving yards is. Delp closing in on tying Bowers. If he can get 2, he can set the touchdown record in a single season. But even Delp's season, would be the most receptions and yards ever in a season for Georgia. But Lovett right now trying to outpace him. Anthony Evans has an outside chance at 1,000 yards this year. He's had a couple of huge, 100-plus yard games. Bell has been very good as well. Has had a strong finish to the season. ETN's been good through the air. Humphreys hasn't gotten a whole bunch of targets, but has been effective with them. Same with Yursek, Kobe Young. Defensively, Ellis Robinson and Mondin closing in on 130 tackles on the season. Raylan Wilson, Malachi Starks, Guerrero, Michael Williams that just had a humongous year, man. Just kind of peeking down here. Let's take a look at tackles for loss. Michael and Christian Miller each over 30. Jalen Walker has kind of slowed down the past couple of weeks, to be honest, but 26 tackles for loss and 12 sacks, still an outstanding season. Warren Brinson, Mondin. Sacks got 3 guys in double digits. Jalen Walker still leading the way with 12. Michael with 11. Christian Miller 10.5. Interceptions. Mondin now has 8 after 2 in that game. Everett with 5. Aguero 4. And then a host of guys here with 3. And Humphrey, Starks, and Harris. Ellis Robinson with 2. Bowles with 2. Wilson, DeMello, Jones, and Jake Pope each with 1. But yeah, we got a big one. We'll set it up before the game in the next episode. But thank you guys so much for tuning in. If you like the content, like and subscribe. Check out my Tulane Dynasty as well. But yeah, the next time I see y'all in this series, at least, we will be playing for the national championship against Ohio State. So until then, again, thank you for tuning in, and I'll catch you next time. Peace.